kickoff. Little bob and off we go. Australia v New Zealand. How else would you have it?
Over.
We should be set for a cracker here as Quirk shapes across the park and now switches back to Caslick. Good shot coming there from Sarah Goss to hold up the runner, and now she gets support, and that'll be a scrum feed to New Zealand.
That says to me that New Zealand has done some good analysis on Australia, because what Australia like to do is stretch it, then they bring the ball back twice. So to 2 players back in, they love to attack up that channel. Sarah Goss read it particularly well there, stopped them in their tracks.
She was enormous yesterday. Sarah Goss made some very telling tackles to save her team on a couple of occasions, particularly in their last game of the day.
No! Advantage.
The only advantage here for New Zealand is Blyde tries to get around Cherry. She's up to it, makes the tackle, and now Goss fishes it out, shovels it across the park to Tuvik. Nathan Wong going wide to the speed machine, Portia Woodman, but she is flung into the turf. Important tackle to make that on Woodman. If she gets in behind, forget about it. And good work there from Aussie #1, Shannon Parry. Always strong at the breakdown.
Well, everything Australia did there was they did a kind of an umbrella defence. It forced Jubit to go back up that short side. She had no options.
So all the play camped in New Zealand's half thus far through 2 minutes of action. Across the park comes Turner, switches back into Dalton. Good clean out there coming from Quirk. Good defence though from New Zealand also. Parry.
Release now. Counteratt's good. Contest is good.
Just a little bobble there from Turner back.
That was a good little tussle at the breakdown there. It was Kelly Brazier mainly putting the big hits in and driving through with that counter up. Nathan Wong involved as well. She was the one who got her mitts on the ball in the end. So one small battle, New Zealand won one there.
Okay, crouch. Bind. Set. Just wait.
See, there's a little bit of tension on. Look at that scrum.
We don't often see a static scrum.
Anyone can hold
Game of chess.
But wait till the ball's
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I do.
Well, let's reset.
Yeah, I do.
And don't forget, you know, they've got a new hooker in there, New Zealand, and Michaela Blyde. So this is all a learning experience for her at this part of the game.
Set.
Now the weight comes from Australia, but it pops out nicely for Nathan Wong as she manages to free the ball. And here goes Blyde in the way. Caslick will motor her down. Gee, she swallowed her up, lickety split.
On your feet. You got to be on your feet. On your feet.
Possession stays with New Zealand after the Aussies give away the penalty. Now the dummy from Broadman, and across it goes to Woodman, and she just goes right on by. That's try number 99 for Portia Woodman, and what a telling score.
Now that's the New Zealand we know, isn't it? And with a little bit of class in the middle there, a Carlos Spencer style. Throw it to myself. Here it is here. Gal Broaden. This is what she does so well. Beautiful. Brazier was back on the inside. Portia beats Tongangata because she was hitting it hard and went over. She didn't have too many metres to make there. This is a very well-worked try. Just hit on the outside, didn't she?
She moves so well laterally, Portia Woodman, and at full tilt. There aren't too many players in the world who stop her with that space to move. So Woodman goes to 99 career tries in the HSBC Women's World Series, and after absorbing so much pressure early, New Zealand have themselves the lead.
Australia have got a player down in the back. Is that Quirk back there?
Alicia Quirk just getting a bit of work done on her ankles in the backfield.
Nathan Wong, she's, you know, super fit. A key distribution tool, I guess you'd call it.
Let's go.
As we see almost with every restart. Nathan Wong shapes one way, goes the other. The Aussies tap back, and now it's loose. Wrapped up there is Caslick, just past the 22. And now across to Cherry, who can dance in and around the defenders with real ease. Tonagato picks and goes in tight. 84 metres trying to work out of there. 22 on the switch is Shannon Parry. And she as well to take play. 35 from her line. Caslick now. Backless switch with Cherry, who throws a loose pass. It's gone forward. Characteristic that from Cherry and from Australia.
Absolutely, and a little of that is to do with the fact that that New Zealand defence, instead of just numbering up man on man, the inside player is covering. So if the first person misses, which happened over there, it was Kelly Brazier who came across, and that means there's extra pressure on the Aussies. But, you know, with Cherry, no worries with adding a bit of flair. It's just probably the decision at that time was wrong.
Bind. Set.
Don't count these Aussies out, though. I tell you what, you guys are tough.
Here goes Brazier. Down low.
Brazier taking the ball into
Tackle
contact.
was Caslick. Right across the park over the top of Goss. Now Chubik stands well. Back to Goss again.
You're playing the half back there.
Making a nuisance of herself there and giving away the penalty. So a great run of momentum and possession here for New Zealand. There's Brazier, 3 tries yesterday. Cherry, she couldn't get Broughton on the first go, and Broughton makes Australia pay. She dots it down. New Zealand are cruising here in the first half.
Well, here's a deal for me. What's exciting about that try is that the Brazier-Broughton combination is starting to click. They're very similar players in that they love to create, they're instinctive, but now the two of them are starting to work together, and so when Brazier tries to hit the line, Broughton knows to be there available for her. There's the offload. They're pushing the passes a little more, New Zealand, in this match. Far better performance than yesterday's games by quite some.
Saw Broughton create the try for Woodman early on, and now here she is, popping it down herself to set up 12-0 lead in this first half.
Now, please.
We've had some great tussles over their time against each other in this series. Have New Zealand and Australia going up and bringing it down. There is Polite. And then picks and goes again. That's great work from Polite. Tonagato across to Parry. That's gone back all good, and she'll just straighten up and bump in and over the top now. Tonagato looking to get clear from Broughton. Great cover tackle there from Broughton. Possession remains with Australian. Caslick goes to Quirk, straightens up, has the fast feet on the outside of Turner. Turner looking to get around Goss. Does so. Woodman across in cover. Super tackle, Woodman. Penalty advantage, though, for Australia.
Yep, Goss off her feet there. Gave away the penalty, the Kiwi captain.
Caslick taps, goes. Polite, Tonagato. Parry out wide. So too Cherry. Might just back Cherry to get it done. The footwork is great. Just catches the ankles there, does Goss. Ball back for Australia. Tonagato on the hard line. There is Polite, who loses it forward, but we're going to go back again. Penalty advantage played. This will be key in determining the outcome of this one. Caslick holds a pass up for Quirk. Across they go on the second chance. Turner makes no mistake. Australia in for their first 12-5 kick to come.
Great work, Australia. They ID'd that. Blythe had come in off a man. They'd stretched that New Zealand defence. They didn't work hard enough to get across the field. Lovely, accurate work here. Caslick held it up just nicely, and good passing for a great try.
Gee, we've been treated to a couple of outstanding 5-pointers inside this first half.
The quality of this match here is certainly, I would say, very competitive to the other ones. I mean, you know, Russia had a big win in quarterfinal one. Last game was very exciting, but it's the quality and the creation and the structure we're seeing out here, which is world class.
So half-time in this Cup quarter-final, it is New Zealand leading 12 points to 5.
To New Zealand. So let's make some noise for our two teams on pitch 2, New Zealand and Australia. All to play for. This is the Emirates Airline Dubai Rugby Sevens. It's coming up to 10 o'clock. If you're bored of your children already, don't worry. We've got the children's creche in the club village, the Sevens club village. You can have the professionals look after your children for a few hours while you go and relax.
Girls, all these are smart D. Stay on your feet, make the tackles. If your body shape is different on the post, they'll go through your heart. So send them a message, pop up, get on your feet, send them a message, and come up and stay connected. Okay? Now tackle accuracy.
And also a little bit later on pitch 2, we got a little surprise for you. The Tennessee cheerleaders will be doing their thing right here for you.
Girls, this is it, eh? 7
We've seen them on
minutes,
pitch 1,
that's it.
absolutely
If I can fight that
incredible.
whole
And they're going
time.
to come over here for a show a little later on.
Sisters on 3, 1, 2, 3, sisters!
What I like about that message, which is a little different from what I've heard from halftime speeches for New Zealand, it's about instinct. So they've gone away perhaps from, you know, wide to wide structure, and they've said to their playmakers in the middle, have a go, react, get in there. It's working for them so far, but Australia's starting to really hit their straps at the end of that first half. Watch out when Elliot Green comes on. They've still got her on the bench yet.
Yeah, they've got some wheels in the garage, so to speak, in the form of Green, leading try scorer with 6 on day 1. 7 a run here in this Cup quarter-final, 7 points the difference. These two great rivals, Australia and New Zealand.
So it's New Zealand getting this underway.
Toe-to-toe in the desert. Worked did well to take the restart. Parry link, now Tonagato in the midfield. And they come back to where they came. Turner, so strong in contact.
Advantage!
Breaks
Advantage!
through the first shot.
Under pressure there, not playing the last thing. Offside.
Yeah, good call from the ref
Offside.
because he could have let it go, set advantage, but it did affect the pass, didn't it?
Across to Cherry.
7 points between these two teams.
So balanced at the line and
Easy
meters, but then
Holding on.
releasing the call from our referee, Rasta.
Let's go, now.
Although it was Australia who ran out victors in their last meeting back in May in London in the Cup semi-final.
Just settling in now, switching far side through Williams. Maya Williams on the pass. It's a tricky one for Tane to bring in.
Good move though. Runner off the ball that held the Australian defence, and Williams came around.
If you're just joining our coverage for
Come,
the first
let's come
time,
in.
of course,
Bang
Niall
time. Hurry
Williams,
up.
the
Let's go.
sister of dual World Cup winner Sonny Bill, who was floating around here in Dubai yesterday. The enormous frame of Sonny Bill floating around.
Well, she's got pretty muscly legs too. She's
Set.
very athletic, just like him. She's got a twin sister too.
Yep, tight end.
She
Yes.
said she takes the credit for him being able to tackle because they used to go in and tackle them at, you know, on the lounge couch, that kind of thing.
All right, there might be some tackling to do here for Cherry to get away with Tonagato. Looking to link on the inside, and that'll be an Australian throw to the line out.
Okay. Play on.
Quirk happy to go quickly. Caslick
from New Zealand.
shapes the pass and then just tucks it under wing and looks to get a mismatch and then just goes right on through. Charlotte Caslick. That is a piece of individual flair that we've come to love from Charlotte Caslick.
Wonderful, wonderful try. No one knew what she was going to do. She had the ball in two hands. She was looking around for support. So often she does pass the ball.
Let's go.
At
Now,
this
11.
opportunity, she looked up. She knew she had a gap. Niall Williams didn't commit. A defensive error there for the new girl. Sheree Tane involved too, leading her through, but she did create that all herself. Individual brilliance.
Let's get a look at the conversion attempt to level it up. And with Cherry, and that's away to the left. So that may sting the Aussies with Chloe Dalton off the park. Emily Cherry taking the kicking duties, and normally Em would knock that one right on through. So 12-10, the score remains. New Zealand up over Australia, and that is knocked on and then compounded. Offside the call. Numbers queuing up here for Australia. Cherry in and away. Cherry gets the fend working on the third defender. Across they come. Here she is again. Casley bullets a pass to Parry. Elliot Green. Just catch the touchline.
There's Natasha. Tyler Nathan Wong, I should say, holding her hand on the sideline there. Once again, Australia.
Time off, please.
Dangerous.
Back on the park comes Portia
7
Woodman
and 12.
Both Woodman returning to the field for New Zealand.
Yeah, Fada Simpkins is a classic player. She's another one that loves to attack.
Right, time back on.
We're getting the tight tussle we all thought we'd be treated to, and stealing at the front is Australia. Casley will just surrender in the tackle there after they pinched it at the front, and now with Green lurking wide, Cherry will go to her and say, can you get past Woodman? Who's quicker? Green! The Green machine gets it done for Australia.
There is one huge difference between these two teams right now, and one is that Australia is showing the mental toughness, the concentration. They're not panicking. New Zealand has been making mistakes all over the place. Australia pouncing. And if Portia Woodman's got one work on, it's her defence. Too much room for Elliot Green. She is too good for that. Over.
The kick away. So 15-12, just 3 in it. After trailing 12-0 early, Australia have hit the lead for the very first time with 2 to go.
It is Australia 15,
Okay, time back on.
New Zealand 12.
I don't think there's any doubt that Portia Woodman is the queen, but Elliot Green is starting to mimic her in a number of ways, Mel Robinson.
Absolutely.
Okay. Fada Simpkins rushing up on the outside was Polite, looking to create a mistake. She did well to read that. Parry to the offside, out of the wide. Williams. Well, this is what these ladies burn themselves for at training, week in, week out. Cup quarter-final, knockout footy, 3 points in it, and that's racing away to touch, and then Elliot Green just goes whack!
I'm going to go for it. Was that high? Hey, I'm going dangerous tackle. Penalty.
Oh, okay.
Dangerous kick.
I thought that might happen. It was high.
35 to run. Not too much damage done from an Aussie perspective there. New Zealand so classy and capable with Woodman on the outside. Getting the chocolates at the back end. Williams needs runners. Now comes loose. Little interchange of passing there. Fada Simpkins kicking for herself. That's play on, no doubt about it. Going back will be Polite, hoping it runs dead.
Okay, goal. Captain.
You've got
a scrum. You've got a scrum or a 22. You've got a scrum or a 22.
You can hear the options there. Scrum or the 22. Scrum from where the ball was kicked, or take the 22. They'll take the scrum, Mel Robinson, and hope to win the feed and then just smash in a touch, will the Aussies.
It's been a good contest, this game.
Great contest. What we expected it would be.
Absolutely. New Zealand have improved from day one. Australia, all class, right options across the park. Hardly any errors as well, and that's a key in these tight matches.
Crouch.
Quirk back in the pocket, in behind the scrum there, so...
Set. Steady, steady.
Seconds away from tapping it away. Emily Cherry will wind up, smash it long over the touchline. The Aussies get the result against their old rivals out of New Zealand. Full time in this Cup quarter final. Australia move on through. Winners 15 points to 12.